Why do I think my hoverboard might work? We'll start off with Caitlin's hoverboard. It's really hard to find here. It looks like no other one. There he is. Now this is a world record hoverboard, not only in distance but in height too. Apparently it went up to 16 feet high. It looks like it's about 10 foot high there. So it's a similar power to my hoverboard, I think. And there he is. On his hoverboard, by the looks of those motors, they'd be about 4 or 5 inches diameter. They look like 2 or 3 inches there, but that's because of perspective. You have another look at his thing, we can find another picture of it. The motors will look a bit like that. Can't find any more pictures of his thing, you know, it's hard to who it is. That's Caitlin's hoverboard. So they're not that big, they should fit in here. It's gone funny colour, it's a bit dark. You can just see the motors. Four of them like that. This size on each, and each duct surely should fit in if the holes are at least 2 foot diameter. In my new design will be even bigger. So surely they'll fit in, and if they fit in, of course they will, because they're small enough. Just depth wise you have to watch that, that's all. You can buy different ones. And you got the same amount of motors. The same, he's got 8 motors, I'll have 8 motors. But the difference is, I'll have 4 motors powering one propeller, but I'll have multi blades. I'll have 5 or 6 blades, not 2, because in my other videos the 2 blades will spin up too fast to be efficient, and the tip speed may break the sound barrier when you got 4 times the speed on it. 4 times, I mean not the speed, but 4 times the power on that same 2 blades. So if you've got more than 2 blades, like 5 or 6, that's a bit better to hold it back a bit more. It won't go so fast, the thing won't break the sound barrier. Now let's move along why I reckon my hoverboard might work. And it's what I'm talking about. Caitlin's hoverboard is up fairly high, and I want to go a fifth that high with the same power and the same rotor diameter as just 2 of his rotors, but with extra blades, you see, on the rotors and the ducts. And we go to the personal helicopter, and we come to the ducts again soon. There's the personal helicopter. That's on YouTube. That's 40 horsepower, and it has a 125cc motor that revs out really high RPM, and the rotor diameter of the rotors is just a couple of ultralight aeroplane propellers, and so the diameter of 2 ultralight propellers is probably about 7 foot or something like that, maybe a little bit more, 7 or 8 foot. So that's not much more than double what the rotor diameter of mine will be, and it goes up to about 12 foot too, like the hover height of the actual rotor blades do. The pilot hangs down, but The rotor blades go up fairly high. You see it on YouTube, this particular one. The 40 horse one. Got another 28 horse one that's not quite so good, but this one's really good. It really gets up there. You can see it go up to about 16 foot on the YouTube video. It looks like that much anyway. And that's 40 horsepower. And it's open rotors, bit over double the diameter of mine. Now we come to another thing called the Solar Trek. It's more like the size of my hoverboard diameter. I just zoom it up here a bit. Come on, it's a bit slow on the zoom. The old camera is. Making it funny. Just trying to get a bit closer to it. It's just a poor image, isn't it? It's up about, the fans are up at least 10 foot above the ground. And it's similar horsepower to what mine will be. The Solar Trek is 120 horsepower. And so this will probably be about 100 or something. And so you can see that you got the same sort of two ducts, not that much bigger, a bit bigger, but it's going up at least 10 or 12 foot high for the same power and similar. The ducts are deeper too, admittedly, but as I said, I don't want to go that high. The ducts themselves are only going to be, what, 2 foot off the ground, with a similar power as what the Solar Trek is. And have a close-up of the Solar Trek somewhere. Surely we have. No, here it is. Away from the other one. There's a close-up of the Solar Trek. Got a similar sort of setup to mine, really, but just a bit deeper and maybe slightly more diameter, rotor diameter. And I think it's got about 5 blades on it. I don't know how many blades on it, but more than 2 in a way. And really lots of pitch on the blades. You have to have a little bit more pitch on these. Such a shallow duct though, you don't need too much pitch, extra pitch I don't think. And now, the next thing is the flying Jeep. My layout is the flying Jeep layout. That's the flying Jeep. Just like, excuse me, like a large version of my hoverboard. And it's on YouTube as well. And it's the same sort of setup as this. It's got the vanes underneath. You can see the vanes there. Just like on my vanes. Or not just like it. I mean a bit like it, you know. Now there's another one of this flying Jeep somewhere. There it is. Very poor quality. There it is, flying. And about the scale height for the size of the vehicle. Excuse me, officer, is that a police vehicle? Anyway, so you're looking at a similar hover height. Imagine a big giant standing on that, and the same, and then scale it down to human size. That's how high I want to hover. Decent height without killing yourself if you fall off. Just to show you that that design has flown. Rarely, but it has. Now, coming to the crunch, is the water hoverboard. Oh, this is a water squirter. There's a water squirter and a water hoverboard. They call this a jetpack, but I call it a hoverboard, which works at the same principle as mine, unlike the water hoverboard. This one, they're squirting straight down, and you can hover on it by controlling with your feet, so you can get the direction with your feet, you see, like my hoverboard. Now, I'll have a look at the other hoverboard. This is the better one, but mine doesn't work exactly like this one. This has got a squirt on the angle. It's squirting on an angle, you see. You give it more forward thrust, which is great, but for my hoverboard you can't have it like that, because otherwise you have to keep the nose right up at like that angle, more steeper angle, just to stay in one place, you see. And so it's okay for running on the water, of course, but I'm going to go for the other design, the other water squirter. Here it is up here, like this. That's what mine's like. And so you can go any direction, anywhere, and you're not going 100 miles an hour forward like the other one, you see. You got a maximum of 30 k's an hour or something like that, not really. If you had it on an angle like that, the fans on a big angle like that, it wouldn't work, you know. Only work with water like that on an angle, but you don't want the angle. You want it straight down, see. And so mine is doing the same thing. It's just thrusting straight down on each foot. It's going straight down, like this is. And so it'll be like this hoverboard, not like the other one. Anyway, that's why I reckon my hoverboard may work, but I don't know. This is all just hearsay, really, because we've got to try it out, and that's the only way I know the answer, by trying it out. And I have to make one and try it, and hope it works, that's all. But I wouldn't attempt it if it wasn't for this stuff that I just showed you. And that's all on YouTube.